Next week's parsha, in Parashat Vayera, Kadosh Baruch Hu says, "V'Hashem amar, Amchasani me'Avraham asher ani oseh." Will I hide from Avraham what I'm about to do? Rashi explains, I've given Eretz Israel to Avraham Avinu. I'm about to destroy Sodom v'Amorah. I'm not going to tell him what I'm about to do. And all the Rishonim have a very hard time understanding. Ma pitom, Kadosh Baruch Hu suddenly has to explain himself, has cheshbonot. Afilu with Avraham Avinu. So what? So what? The Medrash Tanchuma says the following: והשם אמר המחסני לאברהם, אמר רבי לוי, למה גילה הקדוש ברוך הוא לאברהם? Why did the Kadosh Baruch Hu reveal to Avraham what he was about to do? שהיה מהרהר על דור המבול. He was questioning how HaKadosh Baruch Hu destroyed the whole humanity at the time of the Mabul. לומר שאי אפשר שלא היה בהם 20 צדיקים או 10 שיתלה להם הקדוש ברוך הוא בזכותם. Avraham Avinu had a whole question in the justice of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his approach of dealing with humanity. And he said it's impossible that there was no tzaddikim that had merits that could be magen to protect the door, cancel the gzera, the decree. The Midrash continues and says, "Lefikar amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, gole ani lo, dainu leAvraham, shelo yehe omer, shema'av besdom hayu tzadikim." I will reveal to Avraham Avinu what I'm about to do, so that he will not question my gzera. He will not question the destruction of Sodom v'Amorah and say there too there was tzaddikim. This midrash implies that HaKadosh Baruch Hu expected from Avraham Avinu a certain questioning. He was going to reveal to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he was going to reveal to Avraham Avinu what he's about to do, but he was expecting that Avraham Avinu will come and ask, what are you doing? Which is basically what happened. But the question is, b'ma zacha? What did Avraham do that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mityaches, is sensitive to that need? לכאורה, אברהם אבינו איש הנאמן. אברהם אבינו, that showed HaKadosh Baruch Hu many times how blind his belief is in him, had in him a question that is basically putting a big siman she'ela on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ma pitom. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu was sensitive to this hirhur, and revealed his anhaga, revealed the way he is dealing with the world, and his justice, the way he does justice. Did we ever hear that a judge has to come and explain why he decides to judge a certain case? He hears this side, he hears that side, closes himself into a room, evaluates, and then decides. We don't have to explain why, especially not HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And I think that in this part of the parasha, We can help ourselves with dilemmas we deal on a daily basis. Everybody has questions about how HaKadosh Baruch Hu deals with the world and judges the person. How many times we hear, I'm questioning Hashem. How can He do that to me? I don't understand. We see gzerot. We see asonot. Cases in the world that are mind-boggling. And we question, how HaKadosh Baruch Hu did such a thing? Well, that was the question of Avraham Avinu. But the difference is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered to Avraham why he's doing it. And apparently, he doesn't answer us. And we live with this big dilemma, this internal fight, in trying to hold on to something that can keep us close to the concept of emunah. I'm not going to say it's going to keep us close to the emunah itself, but close to the concept of emunah. Who is a ma'amin? At the darga, at a level of what we call emunah. We explained in last week, shiur, during the hesped of Maran Rosh HaYeshiva, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, Rabbi Natan Tzvi Finkel, that Avraham Avinu had a tremendous love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A love that is unconditional. And we brought the psukim, Vayas Avraham et kol asher diber elav Hashem. A love, an accomplishment that was not based on the reward. The reward of Lech Lecha was part of the Nisayon. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells Avraham Avinu, I will give you, I will make you, Ve'escha legoy gadol, ve'agadela shemecha. We brought the Rabbeinu Yonah that says, what does it mean, ve'agadela shemecha? I will give you chokhmah, I will give you osher, I will give you malchut. Because a person needs more than that. A lineage of kingdom, wisdom, knowledge, wealth. Avraham Avinu was able to overcome the desire of accomplishing the will of Hashem that awoke itself from the Avtacha, and do it simply because that was a tzivui Hashem. And we explained then that was out of love, a love like a father loves his son and gives his son whatever he needs, without expecting that when the father will be 80 years old, that he will have his son give back. Who gives to his son expecting that the son will give back? Nobody. It's out of pure love. But the question is how to get there. We explained then how to get to love Hashem. But how do we come to a level of emunah, of bitachon, of ahavat abriot, that awake in HaKadosh Baruch Hu the desire, the ratzon, to clarify our path, to take away all the doubts. I wanted to also bring the Sforno. The Sforno also is Doresh, this Tanchuma. First on the Pasuk, Vashem Amar, Amchase ani me'Avraham, asher ani oseh. The Sforno says, Amchase ani, Ra'u shelo lechasot me'Avraham midat tuvi, ulehodio, she'im haya ben haresha'im, eze minyan tzadikim. If there was among these Resha'im a minyan of tzadikim, shebo tikvat teshuvat laresha'im, that tzadikim that can give hope that his Reshaim will one day do teshuvah. הייתי מטה כלפי חסד. להעריך אפילו לרשעים אולי ישובו. כולי ואולי ישובו. כי לא יחפוץ במוות המת. ושמבלי אין תקוות תשובה יעשה במשפט. And the Sforno explains in the pasuk, ויען אברהם ויאמר, הננה הועלתי לדבר אל אדוני, ואנוכי עפר ואפר. The Sforno says, הננה הועלתי לדבר, לשאול הספק שהיה אצלי בעניין משפט האלוקי. From here we see Avraham Avinu expresses the safek. הספק בעניין המשפט האלוקי. Avraham Avinu was questioning the justice of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Rabotai. Questioning like we question. How can HaKadosh Baruch Hu do such a thing? How can he treat me like that? How can't he see my efforts? Where is the justice? So we see clearly, even the Sforno understands that that was the pain that awoke Rachamim in the eyes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to reveal to Avraham his midat tuvo, good that is in him. And we're going to try to understand, what did Avraham do? Who was Avraham that he was zoiche to such a gilui, to such a revelation? And chaz v'shalom, we should say that was only Avraham Avinu. That was one of the avot. Who am I to be close to that? Chaz v'shalom lomar kach. We brought many times the Zohar Kadosh that says, whoever says that the Torah is a Sefer Historia, is a history book, tipach alav rucho, elano leolam maaseh avot siman labanim, we have to learn. And this is a proof and an example for us to live our lives the same way. Rabbeinu Avraham ben Arambam, when he develops the concept of nedivut, to be giving, he explains and says the following: הנדיבות הנזכרת שהיא מן המידות התרומיות, פירושה שיהיה האדם נדיב ומיטיב ממה שחננו השם יתעלה, לאלה הצריכים וראויים לכך. And he continues and says, והנדיבות המהוללת אינה רק בממון ומקנת כסף בלבד, אלא גם בכוח השפעתו וחוכמתו ואמונתו של אדם. Rabbeinu Avraham ben Arambam explains that the nedivut, to be a giving person, means to give to the other person what you own. To give to the other person your strength. Not only money. Avraham Avinu didn't have just a table full of food and 4 doors open in his tent. Avraham Avinu knew how to identify every person, how to analyze them, understand their language, understand their needs, and give them what he had to give. From here, from this Rabbeinu Avraham, we learn 2 points. Number 1, that we have to be aware of our strength. We have to know ourselves. Number 2, we have to understand the need of the person. Unfortunately, when we believe that we are giving, if we really introspect our actions, we don't really give. We pretend to give. We look at what we define is right for that person, what we believe he needs, and this is what we give. But do we really get out of ourselves, understand the person, understand his needs, and really give him what he needs? Halvai, if we were like that. So we're going to try to understand these 2 points. First of all, to understand, להכיר ולהגדיר איך אדם מגיע להבנת כוחות עצמו. How does a person can introspect himself and realize what he has? The Rambam באריכות in 8 פרקים in Sefer HaMoreh explains that every person has tchunot, has kochot, some more obvious than others. And these kochot are given to that person in a very natural way from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But the person is not aware of how to use these kochot. So this koach can end up hurting him or others. For example, we're going to use Midat HaChesed, a person that has in him Midat HaChesed. If he doesn't know how to use and master this koach, well, he can end up hurting himself by doing too much and neglecting himself. Or giving to somebody also too much, not helping that person grow. So the whole avodah, explains the Rambam, is to get to know yourself by calibrating these natural tendencies of yours. And by doing that on a daily basis, a person starts realizing that he is capable, that he is worth something. And we added, b'siyata dishmaya, a knech, that not only we have to do it and be conscious of what we are doing and which midah, which koyach we are using, but also to acknowledge the positive outcome, to confirm to ourselves that this is a koyach. A person needs to know who he is. A person needs to know what he is capable of doing, what his abilities are. And the second point, to understand the other person. And this is a little bit more difficult. Chachamim say in Masechet Ketubot, Daf Tet Zayin, Amud Bet, Daf Yud Zayin Amud Aleph, Ketzad Rokdim Bifnei HaKala. There's a whole machloket. מחלוקת בין בית שמאי ובית הלל. האם אומרים לה כלה נאווה חסודה? לא אומרים. The מסקנה is, לעולם יהיה דתו של האדם מעורבת עם הבריות. לעולם תהיה דתו של האדם מעורבת עם הבריות. And Rashi says, לעשות לאיש ואיש כרצונו. What does that mean, לעשות לאיש כאיש כרצונו? The pshat is the following, Rabotai. The Ramchal, in Kalach Pitche Chochma, explains a concept in the Idgalut HaKadosh Baruch Hu that is called the Atik. The Atik is the first revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the Sfirot. And explains the Ramchal that in the Atik there is the Achdut Shlema, a full Achdut. And the Panim is the Achor and the Achor is the Panim. And explains the Ramchal, what does that mean, that the Panim is the Achor and the Achor is the Panim? He explains that in every Bria there is what is called the Zachar Koach HaNoten, the giver, and the Nekeva, that is called the Koach HaMekabel, the receiver. And the Ramchal explains that the Achdut, to be Echad, well, we have to find in the Koach HaNoten et HaKoach HaMekabel. And in the Koach HaMekabel et HaKoach HaNoten. Heve Omer, that a person that wants to be a giver, has to be also knowing how to take. When you give to somebody, you can't forget that the receiver turns you into a giver. And if there's no receiver, there's no giver. And this is very difficult to accept. Our ego, our selfishness, wants to focus only on what I gave, without paying attention and acknowledging that if I can enjoy what I gave, is because there is somebody that receives. To flip the coin and value what allowed you, the echitimtze that allowed you to be a giver. When we analyze this whole dynamic, then we become more sensitive in understanding what that person really needs. Because he is not a mekabel, he's not a receiver, unless you give truly what he needs. And you fill the gap. If you don't fill the gap, you didn't give anything. You pretended to give, but you didn't give anything. So if you really want to give, and you value that mekabel, that he is giving you this chut to become a giver, then you want to make sure to snap out of your negiyas. You want to make sure to snap out of your beliefs and your egocentrism and start feeling, understanding, penetrating that person. Take off your glasses. Start looking with the other person's glasses and understand what that person needs. An example, sometimes we come home tired and we know that our wife needs attention, she needs a certain help, and we don't want to give it. But we don't want to deal with the argument. So what do? We stop by the florist, or we stop by a chocolate store. We buy a little bit of chocolate, a few flowers, and we come home, and before she says, help me, you say, here, this is for you. This is yours. And you expect that by giving these flowers or this chocolate to your wife, she's going to let you go. But did you really give? All you did is take. Because now that person your wife becomes a Baal Choiv. You didn't give anything. You took your freedom. The same thing is with our kids. Sometimes we come home and they expect us to play with them, to listen to their day, to a fight they had with a child, with a friend, or to a beautiful story they've heard. But you don't have the koyach to listen. Apitam, leave me alone. So what are you going to do? You're going to buy a little toy, or you're going to turn on, for those that have a TV, the TV. I have something very nice for you. This is yours. Shalom al Israel. That's it. Ani patur. Rabotai, this is achzariyut. This is called taking. This is called selfishness. Comes Rabbeinu Avraham ben Rambam and tells us, Avraham Avinu, and mamash on limudim me Avraham Avinu. He's defining, analyzing who was Avraham, the midas hanidivus shel Avraham. Avraham knew how to give to everybody what they needed. He was able to give chokhmah to the ones that needed chokhmah. Love to the ones that needed love. Food to the ones that needed food. Avraham was completely devoted to the good of the person, to filling gaps. It wasn't about him. It wasn't about his wealth. It wasn't about his title. It wasn't about his glory. It was about giving and showing through this nedivut, through this midah, showing to the person who HaKadosh Baruch Hu was. Everything was directed to one goal, Malchus. Malchus. The Rambam explains, the Rabbeinu Avraham explains that there's a t'nai. If we want to become Nedivim, if we want to give like Avraham Avinu gave, there is a t'nai, a prerequisite. And he says, Veda ki midah atzila v'nisgava zo, דהיינו הנדיבות. מידת הנדיבות והוותרנות מלמדת על האמונה והביטחון. והביטחון בתוצאות הדעת ועבודת השם. If we want to be nedivim, well, when we give money, he says, כי הנדיבות בממון וברכוש מלמדת על ביטחונו בשם יתעלה, שלשלם חלף ממונו. ומיעוט שמחתו בעולם הזה וקנייניו החולפים. והקמצנות בכל אלה מלמדת על היפוכו של דבר. A kamsan is somebody that is not trusting his capacities. He's somebody that fears what he can do. He fears that he's going to be successful. He fears that he doesn't have the kochot to be matzliyah. He fears that HaKadosh Baruch will not give him back. This fear comes from what, Rabotai? From a lack of understanding of who we are. From a lack of understanding of the kochot that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us. A lack of belief in ourselves. It's called having a low self-esteem. And this is why we fear. This is why it's hard for us to give others. This is why it's hard to say thank you when we're in need. And a person comes and gives. זה בושה. זה בושה. קשה להגיד תודה רבה. ביטחון. The ביטחון and the emunah has two facets. Number one, trusting yourself. How? Like we said, by constantly using your kochot and acknowledging the positive outcome of your maasim. Number two, trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But how do I trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu? How can I trust HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Especially when I have all these questions, all these tests. What can I do practically to ensure that I have the siyata dishmaya on my side? Well, Rabotai, yeshmach adir. There's a question, a tremendous question on this upcoming parasha. When Eliezer, Eved Avraham, goes on a journey to look for a wife for Yitzchak, he has doubts. He asks Avraham Avinu, let's say I find the girl and she doesn't want to come with me. What do I do? Eliezer has questions. Logically, chances are she's not going to want to come with me. Forget about I'm going to find her. Let's say I do find her. But מה פתאום? She's going to decide to come back with me. Avraham Avinu tells him, if she doesn't want, you're naki. You are clean from this shvuah. You come back home. Eliezer goes and finds a beautiful young little girl. And when he sees that the Tnaim that he asked to see from HaKadosh Baruch Hu are revealed, והאיש משתאה לה, מחריש לדעת הצליח השם דרכו אם לא. ויהי כאשר כאילו הגמלים לשתות, ויהי ככה איש נזם זהב, בקע משקלו ושני צמידים על ידיה, 10 זהב משקלם, ויאמר בת מיית, tell me who you are, הגידי נא לי, היש בית אביך מקום לנו ללין, tell me if I can come to your house, do you guys do הכנסת אורחים? ותאמר אליו בת בתואל אנוכי בן מילכה אשר ילדה לנחור, ותאמר אליו גם תבן גם מספור רב עמנו, גם מקום לנון. What does Eliezer do? So okay, we found somebody. But you, Eliezer, a little bit before, you're questioning that she's not going to come back with you. Like it says in the pasuk, ואם לא תובע האישה ללכת אחריך, וניקית משבועתי הזאת, רק את בני לא תשב שמה. ויאמר אליו העבד, אולי לא תובע אישה ללכת אחריי אל הארץ הזאת, השב אשיב את בנך אל הארץ אשר יצאת משם. Eliezer knows that he's going to have a problem. So what should be the reaction right now? After he found her, he still doesn't know. He has to see the parents. He has to ask her if she wants to come. He didn't discuss about marriage. He doesn't even know if she's miyuredet to somebody. He doesn't know anything about the girl. All he knows is that she's bat betuel ha'arami, and she has midat achnasat orchim. That's all he knows. What does he do, Eliezer? Vayikod ha'ish, vayishtachu l'Hashem, vayomer baruch Hashem Elokei Adoni Avraham, asher lo azav chazdo va'amito me'im Adoni, anochi baderech nachani Hashem betachei Adoni. תודה רבה, תודה רבה, תודה רבה, תודה רבה. תודה רבה על מה? תודה רבה על מה? Wait, and then you can say תודה רבה. מה פתאום you say תודה רבה right now? Example. You need a loan from the bank. You need a loan from the bank. And you call and you call and you call. And finally you talk to the bank officer and he tells you, okay, you come tomorrow at 3. What are you going to do? You're going to start jumping. That's it. Rabotai, chacham, tiraga. You have to go. The guy doesn't even know you. He has to evaluate your file, see your income, talk to a vada, and then decide. You say toda rabba. What does that mean, this toda rabba? We're going to be meva'er. We're going to be meva'er. This she'elah al pi pasuk acher. In the beginning of the last week's parasha, the Sforno asked a question. How come HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends a malach to tell Avraham Avinu that his wife is going to get pregnant? How come? Hare, at the end of Parashat Lech Lecha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu כבר tells Avraham. The pasuk is, ויאמרו אליו איה שרה אשתך ויאמר הנה באוהל. The Sforno says the following. מה זאת אומרת איה שרה אשתך? כי כוונת השליחות הייתה לבשר את שרה שתשמח ותודה. למה? למה? אני בא עכשיו לשמח אותך ולהגיד לך שעוד מעט ייוולד לך בן. Soon Sarah will have a boy. She's going to be happy. She's going to say thank you. For what? כדי שיהיה העיבור יותר שלם. כי אברהם כבר התבשר מאת הקל העליון. ושאלו על שרה על ידי אברהם כדבריהם ז"ל. חידוש נפלא ונורא. The shlichut, the ness of sending a malach, was so that Sarah will say Toda Rabba. And what does this Toda Rabba will do? This Toda will bring a ubar shalem. Heve Omer, it's le'atid. We think that when we say thank you, it's le'ava, for what happened in the past. You've done this, I say thank you. What my yaba, what's going to be in the future? Who cares? Ma ze kashur. We're talking about the past, we're not talking about the future. Comes the Sforno and reveals us, no. When you say Toda Rabba, two things are happening. Number one, you seal the past. You say Toda on what happened. But you ensure the Siyata Dishmaya to come in the future. You prepare the ground for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to give you the bracha. Kedei sheyeh ha'ubar yoter shalem. Avraham, Eliezer and Avraham knew that. Eliezer was the closest to Avraham Avinu. He knew that in order to have Siyata Dishmaya and get her to agree to come with him, he had to have the Siyata Dishmaya by saying thank you. That's the Ishtachavaya. That's why he said Toda Rabba. That's why he was Hashem Elokei Israel. For what? So that you would have the bracha to bring her back home. From here we learn a Yesod Atzum. When we do something, when we have the opportunity to be a giver, to do a mitzvah, when we are involved, we have to learn to say thank you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When we know how to say thank you, we ensure that we will have a lot of bracha. That's how we can implement the Siyata Dishmaya in our actions. That's how we seal the bitachon. Not only in knowing who we are, not only in ensuring that we have the right tools to help, but to be able to also say thank you. The thank you comes midat ha'anava. When we say thank you, we're basically telling HaKadosh Baruch Hu, help me more, because everything comes from you. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees that you acknowledge the chesed is done with you, even if you're the one giving tzedakah, well, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give you more. That's how a person can unroot. ככה עוקרים את הספק. ככה עוקרים את ההרהורים. את הפחד. That was Avraham Avinu. That was the Moyal of Avraham Avinu. Avraham, although all the hirurim he had, although all the questions he had, he didn't care. This didn't bother him. Because he had so much love in Am Yisrael. So much love in bringing people to tshuva. In HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That all he focused on was, what can I give you? Thank you for coming to my home. Thank you for allowing me, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to help others. And that's what was bothering him so much. How is it possible that there are no tzaddikim running around, machzirim anashim b'tshuva? How is that possible that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not sensitive to that? Due to this desire, this need of helping, HaKadosh Baruch Hu revealed him his midah tova. When a person can feel others, can be sensitive to their need, there's something else that he's able to do. Asaba Zecher Tzadik Livracha once told me something amazing. He told me, what's the secret in the family to pray for others? המשפחה ידועה, you can pray for somebody, ברח בשמיים, הקדוש ברוך הוא listens. Why? Why? זה זכות אבות, מה? What's so special? So he told me that he heard from the mishpacha, and that was part of his tefillah himself. He told me like this: if you want your tefillah to be accepted by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you have to hurt for the other person. You have to feel the pain that person is in. And if you pray when it hurts you, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu listens. כל המתפעל אל חברו נהנה תחילה. And how do we know that Avraham had this koach? Very simple. At the end of last week's parsha, when he meets Avimelech, Kadosh Baruch Hu tells him, you have trouble if you take Sarah. Don't touch her. כתוב בפסוקים, ויתפלל אברהם אל האלוקים, וירפא אלוקים את אבימלך ואת אשתו ואמהותיו וילדו. כי עצור השם בעד כל רחם לבית אבימלך על דבר שרה אשת אברהם. הקדוש ברוך הוא brought a גזרה on Avimelech and his home. Nobody will give birth. אברהם אבינו התפלל ממש. אותו אברהם אבינו that lived the tsa'ar of not having kids with Sarah. A tsa'ar הנורא ביותר. What's the next pasuk? והשם פקד את שרה כאשר אמר, ויעש השם לשרה כאשר דיבר. The Sforno says, it's brought also in Rashi, כאשר אמר, והשם פקד את שרה כאומרו, סליחה, הנה, והשם פקד אברהם מתפלל בעד אבימלך, והשם פקד את שרה. זה רש"י also. ללמדך שכל המבקש רחמים על חברו והוא צריך לו אותו דבר, הוא נהנה תחילה. רבותיי, why והוא צריך אותו דבר? Why this night? Because it's only if you need it that you feel the other person's pain. If you don't feel the person's pain, זה לא תפילה, זה קשה מאוד. A person that works on himself to always snap out of his limits, snap out of what he is, who he thinks he is, and starts penetrating other people, starts being sensitive to them, feeling them. Not only he's going to give them physically, emotionally, intellectually, spiritually, but he has the koach to pray for them and awake upon the other person and himself rachamim. Manora adavar. Such a person, such a Eved Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu לא יכול לחסות ממנו דבר שחשוב לו. זוהי מידה כנגד מידה. והדבר הוא נפלא. כי הספורנו בעצמו אומר, עשה גמילות חסדים, בזה שליווה את האורחים, הקדוש ברוך הוא נתן לו את השכר הזה שגילה לו. שכר מצווה, מצווה. ככה אומר הספורנו. בן אדם שהוא חי את הדברים, a person that is sensitive to the needs, sees the results right away, sees the bracha right away. ככה זוכים לסייעתא דשמיא. This is how we can get messages, clear direction from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and unroot all the sfekot that we have. We are living times that are very difficult. Times where we question every day what will be tomorrow. Whether it's economically, whether it's security-wise, nature, the whole world is a big question mark. And that nisayon to ask ourselves, why does HaKadosh Baruch Hu does that? It's tremendous. But Baruch Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us the answer. If we want to be able to see the midat tuvo shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, how good and rachamim is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then we have to start by being less selfish, truthful with ourselves, and start giving what other people need, by being devoted to the people. For what? לכבודו של מקום. לקרב אנשים לאבינו שבשמיים. ואם נקבל על עצמנו, if we take upon ourselves this avodah, then the גילוי הבא יהיה הגילוי של המשיח צדקנו, של הגאולה השלמה, מתוך רחמים במהרה בימינו, אמן ואמן. השיעור הוא לעילוי נשמת ידידנו, אימה של ידידנו ואהובנו, רבי סרולי זינגר, who is in New York right now. שהקדוש ברוך הוא יביא עליו רחמים. בלומה בת שבע. בלומה בת שבע. שתהיה נשמתה בגן העדן העליון. ושנזכה לתחיית המתים במהרה בימינו, אמן ואמן.